Hi, it's Hope and welcome to the video. This is going to be my May Jenga TBR. Now, how this works, I have a Jenga tower that I use to pick my pieces. I pick 8 prompts, typically in a month, but this month will be more. I'll explain in a minute. And each Jenga piece has a prompt on it, and I need to find a book that fits that prompt. The prompts are very vague. And essentially I just pick a book and that's the book I read. Normally it's only 8, but this month there are 2 books on my TBR that I did not finish or will not finish before the end of the month. It is currently the 28th and I have technically 4 books unfinished, but 2 of them are currently started. So what that means is I have never had more than 2 books that I haven't finished. So how it works is I can carry one of those books over and it not be a punishment. I just have to read it in May. And then the second one is added an additional piece. So that will be 9 pieces that we'll pick from the Jenga tower. I'm pointing over here because I have the Jenga tower set up here. It'll be 9 pieces, which if you know in the past, the tower has almost fallen over at 8 pieces the last like 3 months. Because I painted mine, so they stick together more, but I like the way they look painted, so I'm saying screw it. So 9 pieces. Let's pray that this tower doesn't fall over. If you hear any noise, it is my computer. It's being loud for some reason. But let's just get started with the first pick. I am so nervous. Like, I don't know what these are. Normally, I film a few days prior, picking the pieces, then figure out my TBR. And I have like 15 plus books. I have like over 15 books that I'd like to read this month. So, yeah. I should also mention that the book that I'm carrying over from last month's TBR is Wind Witch by Susan Dennard, and the one that I am making an extra pick is Steel Tide by Natalie C. Parker, but I do really want to try to get Steel Tide back on my TBR, if that makes any sense, but I'm not sure if that's going to be able to happen. I also participate in the Avengers reading challenge, which I will leave the announcement video linked down below. It's essentially a Avengers based, like Avengers/Marvel based readathon, like reading challenge. It's the year long through 2021, and each month there is a group book pick, so I want to try to get that on here as well. I think that is like kind of like all of the like housekeeping, I guess. My intros usually aren't this long, but let's just get into me picking the picks. So here's the tower. You can't really see the bottom row. There, now you can. Do not mind the unmade bed in the background. So, as I said before, 8 picks. I'm going to film. How I'm filming this is I'm filming them back to back picks, if that makes any sense, just to save time. So there's 9 picks. Sorry, 9. Oh my god, I'm so used to 8 that 9 threw me off there. Okay, the top ones here are my picks from last month, so I'm not able to pick from the top like 4, I say usually. So let's just start poking around, find one that is wanting to come out. This tower is gonna fall over. I'd bet you my entire library that I have. Ooh. A to Z title. How this works is I will go on a letter generator, which I'll do in 2 seconds, and I will, whatever letter it works, the title has to include that letter. So let me grab my phone. So this is what it looks like when you first open the website. So I'm going to hit generate random letter, and that's the letter I have to go with. So A, M, if you can see that. There's also add for food, and now I'm hungry. So M. So for the first prompt, which was A to Z title, and you saw that I got M, I am picking The Infinite Moment of Us, I think we're in frame, by Lauren Myracle, and this I literally just got yesterday, so I have no idea what it's about really. It's a contemporary. So for 18 years, Wren Gray has been the model daughter, which in her family means all A's, 0 boyfriends, and early accepted into a pre-med program. But as graduation nears, Ren can no longer tell if her parents' ideas about her future align with her own. She knows she needs to honor her own desires, but how can she if she doesn't even know what they are? Charlie Parker, on the other hand, knows exactly what he wants, a gentle boy with a troubled past. Charlie has loved Ren since the first day he saw her, but a girl like Ren would never fall for a guy like him. At least, not the sort of guy Charlie believes himself to be. And yet, certain things are written in the stars. And moment, I'm really excited to read this because based on what my TBR is, this is a very quick read. It's a little over 300 pages and it's a contemporary, so I'll have this done really quickly. Pick number 2. Oh, that one is seemingly coming out easily. Okay. Start a new series. So the first book in a series that I'm wanting to read. This is perfect because there are a lot of series that I need to start this month, because there are a lot of first books in the series that I want to read. For start a new series, I am going to be reading Rise of the Red Hand by Olivia Chadha. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name right. And this, all I know, is a science fiction dystopian taking place in South Asia, and it is about a rare searing portrayal of the future climate change in South Asia. A stray rat turned revolutionary and the disillusioned hacker son of a politician trying to take down a ruthlessly technocratic government that sacrificed its poorest citizens to build its utopia. That's all I need to know. I do not plan on reading any of the other Goodreads description. This is the Avengers group book for May. I literally almost forgot what month we're going into. Wow. So I am fairly excited for this. It sounds something that I'd like, and it's the first book in a series. It just came out the beginning of this year, so I'm excited for it. Pick number 3. I always put my hand in front of my face. I'm not sure why. Ooh, that one's coming out really easy. Ooh, an orange cover. So what I mean by orange cover, I mean is there's orange on the cover. I haven't had a color specific prompt like this in months, so this is gonna be difficult. Next, for orange cover, we have We Free the Stars by, I'm probably gonna butcher this last name, but Hafsah Faizal? I think that is how it's pronounced. If I am totally wrong, let me know. But this is the sequel to We Hunt the Flame, which I literally just finished a few days ago. And this is a book I got from my library. This is the sequel to We Hunt the Flame, so I can't really explain this one. But the first book, We Hunt the Flame, we follow a hunter who gets sent on this mission to this island to collect this magical thing, and then we follow an assassin trying to find the hunter and kill her, but it ends up being a lot different. I'm horrible at describing this because I went into We Hunt the Flame literally knowing nothing except it apparently was a really popular book that everyone loved, and I did like it, so I am excited to see the end of these stories because I do really like our two main characters, Zafira the hunter and and Nasir the assassin. I do really like them as characters, and I do really like this world. I am curious to see where it's gonna go, and it's kind of orange-ish. Orange is a little bit of a stretch, but that kind of looks like orange to me. Could also be lighting. The lighting probably is making it harder, but I'm counting it as orange cover. Pick number 4. Poking around, maybe try up here a little bit. And yeah, I'm pretty sure the tower is leaning that way. It always leans that way. I think my floor leans that way. Ooh. Highest rated on Goodreads. So I'll go into my Goodreads. I'll probably do that in the other clip when I'm actually talking about the book. But highest rated, go to highest rated, go to Goodreads, and whichever book is highest rated that is released and I have a copy of, or the buying copies cheap. You get what I'm saying? For highest rated, I have yet to know. You are going to find out with me. So we're going to go, I don't know if we're in frame. We are going to go, where is it? Average ratings. And the first book, so it finally loaded. So based on the want to read, if you go through, a lot of them are ones that aren't published. The first one that is published is Fate and Flames by Miranda Lynn. Can you see that? Can you see that? That is the first one that is published. So Fate and Flames is the third book in the Fae Rising trilogy, which is a new adult, like high fantasy series where we follow two main characters. In the first book, Ara, who is a Fae who gets sent on this kind of mission, like this, like, not this mission, not a quest, but like she is sent to do something by her mother as her mother's dying last wish after her mother and father are murdered. And then the second point of view is Tamir, who is a half Fae, a lesser Fae, can't remember exactly, who has these healing abilities. So he is living in the palace as like the king's personal healer, but when he discovers the ability to make a truth serum that affects the Sea Fae, his life is at risk and he must convince his mentor and the girl he loves to run away. And that is kind of the gist of the first book. I liked the first book. The second book I didn't really like that much. And then, oh yeah, the first book is Blood and Promise, if I didn't mention it, or if I said the wrong name because it just got changed recently. But yeah, I'm kind of excited to read this. This was one that originally was kind of on the list of books that I'd like to read this month, and I am really glad I'm reading it. Pick number 5. Almost halfway through. Oh my god, that was a bad idea, but it came out. Ooh, a new author, so meaning a author that I have never read a book from before. So that can either mean a debut or just a author that I haven't read before. For the prompt, new author, I probably didn't show the pieces for the last ones, is I'm going to be picking Never Kiss Your Roommate by Philline Harms. And this technically doesn't come out until June 1st. I have an arc of it through, is it through NetGalley? Either through NetGalley or Eldois, I can't remember. But essentially it is this boarding school where there is this like blog named The Watcher that kind of reveals the latest hookups, like all the gossip, all of that. And this like thing called The Watcher immediately kind of pinpoints to best friends Evelyn and Seth. But Evelyn doesn't like Seth. Evelyn likes her roommate Noelle, and it's just kind of like all of that. I don't really know. It's like a boarding school and it's queer, and that's like pretty much all I needed to hear for this. I'm really excited to be reading this. Pick number 6. That's 7. That's 6. I can't count today. Oh gosh. I don't like when we take from the bottom row. Ooh, this is perfect. 21 books to read in 2021. So I have an entire video titled this, and there it is 21 books that I would love to read in 2021. So I have to pick one book from that list to read, and this is perfect because one of those books is on this list. Is on the list of the books that I want to read this month as well. For 21 books to read in 2021, I'm going to be reading The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson, and literally, when I say I know nothing, I mean I know nothing. I'm literally, if you haven't heard about this, I'm sorry, I'm not going to describe it because I want to go in knowing nothing. I'm very, very nervous to be reading this because it is a like 500-page book. And it's Brandon Sanderson. It's an adult fantasy. I have never really read a true adult fantasy, really, because like all the adult fantasy I've read has been more like new adult fantasy and like all of that. So I'm a little bit nervous for this, but let's just see how I like it. Pick number 7. This is 7, not 6. Jesus Christ, I can't count. I really... No, that one will be Last Resort. I said top 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 5. Oh gosh, like I'm trying not to hold the back. Let's put my hand over here so I know I'm not holding the back. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm trying to like make this so you can see it. Please don't fall. I don't want to make this 11 books. Okay, well that one I have to slide back in there. Because that one can't leave. Okay. A one-word title. So a book that has one word in the title. This is also perfect. For one-word title, I'm going to be reading Wicked by Jennifer Armentrout, and why I want to... I'm giving up on holding up those, but the reason I want to read Wicked is because there's the movie coming out the end of May. So I'm going to read the, like, Goodreads, because I have no idea what this is about. I really haven't read much Jennifer Armentrout except for the Blood and Ash series, like the 3 books that are out in that, so... Things are about to get wicked in New Orleans. 22-year-old Ivy Morgan isn't your average college student. She and others like her know humans aren't the only thing trolling the French Quarter for fun and for food. Her duty to the Order is her life. After all, 4 years ago, she lost everything at the hands of the creatures she's sworn to hunt, tearing her world and her heart apart. Ren Owens is the last person Ivy expected to enter her originally controlled life. He's 6 feet 3 inches of temptation and swoon-inducing charm, with 4 green eyes and a smile that surely left a stream of broken hearts in its wake. He has an uncanny, almost unnatural ability to make her yearn for everything he has to offer, but letting him in is as dangerous as hunting the cold-blooded killer stalking the streets. Losing the boy she once loved before had nearly destroyed her, but the sparking tension that grows deep between them becomes impossible for Ivy to deny. Deep down she starts. She needs more than what her duty demands her, what her past has shaped her for. But as Ivy grows close to Ren, she realizes she's not the only one carrying secrets that could shatter the frail bond between them. There's something he's not telling her, and one thing is for certain: she is no longer what is more dangerous to her. The ancient beings threatening to take over the town, or the man demanding to lay claim to her heart and her soul. I've actually never read that description before, so that was kind of a struggle. Like, literally, I had no idea what this was about beforehand. I just added it, so I'm like, Jennifer Armentrout, sure, there's a movie going to be about it. Of course it's good. Now I'm like, why haven't I read this sooner? I'm very intrigued now. Pick number 8. Now, this would normally be the last pick, but we have to do an extra. Okay, that's just a bad idea. That's like, no. I'm like also shaking almost. A LGBTQ plus book. Again, this is perfect. I know exactly what I'm reading for this. For LGBTQ plus, I am combining this entire series as one book, even though it's 4 separate books, and that is just the Heartstopper graphic novel series by Alice Oseman. Book, like, graphic novel 4 comes out in May, and I really, really want to read it, but I need to reread the first 3. So the first book, the first graphic novel, so Heartstoppers, volume 1 at least, we follow Nick and Charlie. They go to this all-boys boarding school, and Charlie is the only openly gay kid. And when Nick befriends Charlie, they obviously become friends, and Nick kind of starts to begin to question his sexuality, and then it's them becoming friends, them becoming boyfriends, and them just dealing with their lives. And it is such a cute graphic novel series, and it's being adapted to a Netflix show, and like the casting the casting news has happened in the last like 2 weeks, and I'm just like so excited to be rereading these, because then I can imagine the people that are going to be portraying these characters as I'm like reading the graphic novel, and I'm so excited. Like, I literally cried at the casting news. Like, when we got the casting news for Nick and Charlie, I was like, I literally cried at work because I saw the news. I had to immediately go to work and I was just almost in tears. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for the TV show. I'm so excited to be rereading the first 3 and reading the 4th. Like, I'm so excited. And the final pick, fingers crossed that this doesn't fall over, pick number 9. We've never done that before. Oh gosh. Do we just say screw it and go with this bottom one, pray it doesn't fall? Or, because like none of them are budging. Oh, well that one's budging. Itchy nose. Oh my god, I was literally like, oh, okay. Okay. Fuck my life. Fuck my life, literally. I put this one in here thinking it would never come up. Of course it's coming up this month. Oh my god, I'm gonna have such a big TBR. Add an extra book. So that means instead of 9 books, I have to pick 10. But this doesn't count as number 9 anymore. So this tower is going down. Oh my god, I knew this would be the death of me. I knew this would be the death of me. So that means we technically have to do 11 picks because this doesn't count. So calm down. Okay, so pick number 9 again. So pick number 10, but only pick number 10 but 9th book, if that makes any sense. I'm at this point that I just want to give up. But this is probably interesting to you, so oh gosh, if this tower falls, I mean, like, I don't think I work next month because like my work is shut down. So like that's good, I guess. No thank you. No thank you. No. This tower's going down. This tower's going... Give me a moment. Oh my gosh. Under 10,000 Goodreads ratings. So when you go on Goodreads and you see the number of ratings, it can't have more than 10,000. So if I had like 8,000, that works. For under 10,000 ratings, I'm kind of cheating and reading an arc. And that is The Dragon and the Queen by Caitlyn Davis, and this is the 3rd book in the Raven and the Dove series, the first book being The Raven and the Dove. And in The Raven and the Dove, we follow... So essentially we are in kind of the world above, is what it's called. Like, there's a world above, and we're in the skies above, in these kind of cities above the sky that are kind of ruled by these people that have wings, or essentially part bird almost. And there is these courtship trials, and we follow Lana, Wraith, and Name and Xander, and they participate in these, and I'm struggling with this. Just go read the description of the first book. Like, I'm reading the thing over here, and I'm like, I don't even know how to describe this book, because it's also steered. The path is like, it started here, we're already over here, and we're in the beginning of the 3rd book. So I'm really like, really struggling, but essentially, like, I don't know. I feel so bad that I can't describe this, but like, it's so interesting that you can't describe it. It's like, oh my god, I'm really struggling. Just go read it. But The Dragon and the Queen comes out June 21st. And the final pick, unless this tower falls over. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Lighting. Oh, I just about knocked off the tower by smacking it. Oh my god. Okay, I'm going with this bot. I take that back. I take that back. No, I can't take that back. I can't take that back. I was like, I'll just take this one as a joke. My leg is shaking so bad. Okay. And a 2020 release. So a book that was released in the year 2020. Okay. And the final book, the 10th and final book. I still can't believe 9 became 10. For a 2020 release, I am going to be reading Torn by Angelina J. Steffort. And this, I have no idea what it's about. And I am, like, at this point, I'm exhausted. So, like, just bear with me. So, I'm going to read the Goodreads description for this, because I literally haven't even read the description, really. Some souls go to heaven, some go to hell. I never thought I would be the one to take them. When 17-year-old Lanny Dawson's grandmother dies, everything the high school student thought was impossible turns out to be real. There are creatures that are bargaining for our souls when we die, Lightbringers and Shadowbringers, who take the souls to heaven or hell, and Lanny will be one of them. Once she's manifested as a Lightbringer, she will take souls to heaven. But until that happens, she remains an attractive target for the Shadowbringer cast who wants her soul as a trophy. Good that Lanny has her best friend Leon at her side to protect her, for losing her soul would leave her an empty human shell, pained by a void that can never be filled again. Love, death, and hidden worlds that decide our fates. Death is only the beginning. That sounds interesting. That sounds really interesting. I'm on the author's, like, Facebook group, and I've heard really good things about this, so I'm just like, sign me up. I really liked the first 3 books in Angelina J. Steffort's Shattered Kingdom series. You've probably heard me rave about them in the past, because I really like them. So yeah, that's my TBR. This video is really long. I've probably been filming for a total of over 40 minutes. And I have to try to get this down to about 25 minutes, so this is going to be a challenge. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your May TBR, and let's see if I can get this finished, because I also would really like to get a couple more of my physical books read. And yeah, I'm tired at this point. So I hope you enjoy this video, and bye.